Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's tier list time once again. But this time it's the player tier list. So actually, gotten basically 33 players as an icon that took a while to screenshot of Free Food Party. Didn't know how else to do it. And because I think it's probably going to be one of the most controversial lists, I'll let you guys go wild in the comments, or not, depending on whether you agree or disagree. But either way, I'm going to give you my opinion on the 33 players and in which order to rank them. So I see things, and we're kind of going to go randomly here. So we're going to start off with A's. Oh, maybe an important note. This goes from S to D tier. That's obviously for these players, which means a D tier is not like 1,000 elo player, but just the worst tier of the 33 players I've selected here. Only reason why I have Psionics face, by the way, is because he had someone else's avatar, and I was like, oh, can't have them double, otherwise it's bad. But yeah. So, Ace for me is a very strong A tier player. I think Ace lacks in the area of control groups and etc., of course, but he's very clever, unconventional but clever, can sort of play everything, and is also pretty good in tournaments, just because he's sort of unpredictable. I personally will say I have never struggled too much with him. Maybe my style just does well with him, but I see his results, I see his games, and it's fun, it's entertaining, and it's strong. So, very well deserved A tier spot. This lad, I think, is Batu. Now, Batu is going to have to go as a C tier player in this list. Perspective, he's strong and he's probably still improving, still getting better. Lots of respect for Batu. But compared to the other boys here, I think he belongs in C. This, I think, is Baus. Now, Baus I've only ever seen play auto, really. I haven't watched him play much else than that. Maybe a little bit of Spain, I'm not sure. And for me, Baus is going to have to be a B tier player. He is strong. I haven't seen him perform in any tournaments yet. He didn't sign up in the one that I saw him play at the same time. But I'd rank him a little lower than an A's, I think. They had to play like a best of 7. I think Baus would make it a close series probably, but I think he'd go B. Maybe low A, maybe I'm underrating him. Yeah, it's either top, like high B or low A, I think. I just haven't seen enough, so my opinion is he's gonna stay here for now. Maybe I'm gonna switch him later, but yeah. So now with Carbone. Another player I haven't seen too much from, if I'm honest. I hear he's pretty good, and when I hear pretty good but see no results, nothing too crazy, Xiao's like B. Now, I think Baus is probably the better player from what I've seen, so I'm going to keep Carbone in B, basically. Actually, no, I think I'm going to have to drop him to C, actually. I feel like Batu would do well against Carbone. Don't know how these two would play, but I feel like Batu, this would be close. Maybe even Batu's later edge, so I'm going to have to put Carbone here. And again, I just haven't seen enough of him to maybe rate him any accurately, so don't take any offense here, but yeah, I'm gonna keep him here for now. Now this is Chef Sudiste, and the thing with Chef Sudiste is he's extremely good with ports, and he's really not that great with anything else. So how do I rank that? It's a really good one trick. I think his ports probably have a solid chance of beating a lot of top dogs at some matchups, myself included. I lose games against him sometimes. I'm gonna rank him behind Baus. I feel like Baus is just a more well-rounded player in general. Shudis is just good at botting goons, but yeah. Daniel is probably the only D-tier player on the list. He played in EPL, he hasn't played since, and he was garbage in EPL. So sorry, Dan, I love you, but you're just not it at the moment. It's gonna have to be the worst player on this list. This one is Dave's. And Dave's for me is probably like a C tier player. Now he's pretty good at his style. He's pretty good at like the Musk based strats, but it's also kind of one trick, and he definitely lacks tons of experience. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to put him top of C, maybe bottom of, actually maybe bottom of B. I don't know how a Dave's goes against a Batu, if I'm honest. Maybe he belongs here, actually. It's a bit tough to tell. You know, I haven't seen many of these players go against each other, so don't take offense if someone you think is inferior to you ends up ahead of you in this list. This is Dennis. For me, Dennis is like the top of C. He's a rock solid player. Plays interesting civs, gets good results. Nothing crazy. Like when I get Dennis in a queue, it's not like a Sudiste or a Baus where like, oh, there's a chance of me losing. It's like pretty sure I'm winning, but yeah. Izat. Izat is certainly an A-tier player, and he could even go in front of A's, I think. He gets results, he's just strong. He's a player I always hate losing against because I'm like, oh, he doesn't even use control groups. How do I lose? But hands down, Izat's pretty fucking good. So he's great at his style. He's great at the sims he plays. He performs in tournaments. He's just great. So I'm gonna have to put him here. Yeah, I'm gonna put him behind Ace just because Ace got further in the last tournament he tried in, but I think it could go anyway. You know, between these two, it's like a 4-3 and a best of 7 to me. Now we have frontline, and frontline I think for me is like the top of A. Slightly ahead of Ace, very well-rounded, very mechanically try-hard player, very strong, just misses like the special something to really go to S tier. So very strong A tier player, just at least in his current shape, just missing the special something to make it to the top. Who's this? Oh, this is Grogu. Grogu, yeah, is a B tier player, I think. He's actually underrated, probably. Well, I don't even know if people actually underrate him, but I think he's pretty solid. Just, I can't even tell you what's missing. Mechanically, he's pretty good. Just, I guess, strats and choices in the game are kind of a mess. So he's like a low B tier player to me. He can technically take games of anyone, really. If you give him, I don't know, a late game Japan or whatnot, his Germany, Aztec. But yeah, it's like not very impressive. It's like low B maybe. So with Giggs. Giggs is probably a B tier player too. And I think he's just better than Sudiste, but probably not as good as Baus, so I'm gonna keep him here for now. He did also beat Sudiste in the tournament series. Now Sudiste's port probably beats anything Giggs plays, but there's more than just port, so generally speaking, I think Giggs is the better player. So now we've got Hazard. Hazard is obviously an S tier player. Not much to be said. Really good at everything. Biggest weakness Hazard has is probably emotional stability if he plays too many games, but when that's your only weakness, you know, things are going pretty well for you. So, Hazard top of the food chain. Next, we have Shake. Shake, yeah, it's gonna have to go with Batu and Dennis. I don't know how these really rank. I think they're pretty close, honestly. Maybe Batu beats them, maybe not, I don't know. But this is like, to me, these are all pretty close to each other. Could go either way. With Jerry, yeah, low C tier. I think all of these guys probably beat Jerry at the moment. I don't know how he makes it to the top of the ladder, if I'm honest. No offense, Jerry's a very sweet guy, but I don't think he's in performer mode right now. Myself, well, I'm gonna have to put myself in S. And because it's my tier list, I'm gonna put myself behind Hazard. I think I'm in good shape, and I think when we play each other, it really can go either way. But yeah, just because it's my list, I don't want to be the guy that like, oh yeah, I'm the greatest. So either I am the greatest, you know, the line I'm the GOAT, but I'm gonna put myself behind him just because why not? I like him, and he's won the latest tournament. I wasn't in it, but still, he won it, so I think it's well deserved to give him that spot. This is Kaiser, and Kaiser is obviously an S-tier player as well. Rusty as fuck, so he's gonna go behind us, but he's good, and it's still Kaiser, you know. Even a rusty Kaiser is really strong. If he practices, he goes way to the top, but still kind of lacks treaty knowledge, and civilization picks are kind of limited, so in a sense, maybe like lower S tier is fair in that regard. Angers, Angers is like an A tier player to me. He can be an S tier player easily if he practices, but right now it's just A, kind of gets shat on by everyone, doesn't play much. But Angers technically is a really good player if he wants to be. This is Pyro. Pyro probably a B tier player as well, probably even on par with Gigs, I think. Like Pyro is playing weird shit, but he's honestly good. He's good. Or like Wasabi actually he just names himself Pyro, but that guy's really good. So yeah, gotta give it that. Kaister, Kaister's honestly an A tier player, low A, but Kaister's pretty good. I don't know how Bowser against Kaiser goes. I'm guessing it's close. Maybe it's unfair that I'm keeping him in B. Maybe I should put Bowser in low A, actually. I think Bowser's low A tier. I don't know how these two fare against each other, but Kaiser's solid. You can lose games against Kaiser. It's not an S tier player, but he's still good. So, next I'm gonna use this lad. Who's this actually? I think it's Kainisi. Yeah, so Kainisi for me right now is also a low A tier player. The Civs he plays, he's really good with, and any top player can lose against them. But he doesn't play so many of them, and yeah, I don't know. Probably ahead of Kaister. I don't know how Baus plays auto, so he probably has to go ahead of Kainisi just for the Civs, but generally speaking, Kainisi in low A makes complete sense, I think. Mini Mold, I'm gonna put top of B. I think he's more rusty than the other boys, and plays China, which just isn't that great at the moment. Yeah, I think it's just fair for me to go at the top of B. Ahead of Gigs, I think makes sense too, but yeah. Who's this? This is Lionheart. Lionheart goes C tier with the other boys. Can win games against any of these and can take games from higher ups as well, but it's fucking Lionheart, man. So conversation over. No special abilities other than revolting. So Lionheart's gonna have to go as a C tier player. I want to put Psionic in top of B, I think. He lost a show match to Dave's, but I feel like he kind of trolled a bit. And I think Psionic is pretty solid, but he's not quite there yet. Like, when you play against Psionic, you just know there's a high chance of him fucking up or just getting destroyed. And yeah, that needs to change before I'm willing to put him as an A tier player. Right now, it's just a high B, probably. Maybe actually behind a mini vault, honestly, or kicks, Maybe actually goes here. Like, no offense, but these guys are more established. This is what is this? This is Robrot. Now Robrot, yeah, also B. I think I'm gonna put him ahead of Sudiste, behind Psionic, because Psionic won last time. Robrot can obviously win games against all kinds of people too, even me and shit, and but I think the chance should always be relatively low. Like every other person in A and S should be much more likely to win than Robrot. Kevin. Kevin is honestly freaking good at the moment. I'm gonna put him as an A tier player, and I think he might actually go here. Him against A's or Izad is probably really close. He's definitely outperforming Hungers as of now. Close with Frontline, probably. I give Frontline the edge, but Kevin's been grinding and it's showing, and he's playing well, and I think he deserves the spot, honestly. Like, hands down, Kevin's pretty fucking good at the moment. Soldier. It's gonna have to be like top of C or something, or like C. I don't know. Yeah, like he trades games with these guys. I don't really see him doing. Actually, maybe he's a bit underrated if I do that. I'm gonna put him in B. Don't really know where. It's fucking Soldier, man. To me, he's always a content creator, but I know he's not bad. He's solid. So I'm gonna put him in B. Turk. Turk is definitely in C somewhere with Bartu. No, Bartu's probably better, so I'm gonna keep him here. Turk's good at what he does, but he doesn't do so much. He's learning, he's improving, but he's also rusty, and I'm gonna have to keep him in C. So, who do we have left? We have Tabin. Taben's gonna have to be top 8. I mean, he's performed really well in EPL. He's rock solid on the ladder, pretty good. He's tied with Kevin, I think. He's maybe slight edge. Uh, Taben's good. Frontline, I think, should be favored against Taben, but Taben's really good. Keta Boy, yeah, Keta is gonna have to go as an S tier player. Um, I do think both me and Hazard just kind of have the edge against him, and him with Kaiser is interesting because I feel like like a little bit of practice, Kaiser should be pretty much ahead of Keta, but right now I think Keta takes it. I think Keta technically is ahead. Kaiser obviously is a fucking go-to tournament player as well, but I think Keta is pretty good at that shit too, so I'm gonna give him that spot because Kaiser is just one fucking rust bucket at the moment. Um, with practice, I think Kaiser jumps up a tier though. So Keta here for now. This is Opti. Opti, I'm gonna have to put right behind Taben. I mean, Taben won their series in EPL. Opti's really good, so they're really close. Um, yeah. And over Phoenix and Ravnak, they obviously both go in S. The question is where. Now, I personally think Phoenix is gonna go here. Now, I know Keta kind of performs really well against Phoenix, but I also know that Phoenix performs much better and more consistent against me and Hazard. I do think that Phoenix sort of lacks Sivs though, and he also hasn't gotten the chance to really shine much in competition yet, which is why I'm gonna have to rank him a little bit lower. If we speak ladder games though, I think Hazard, me, and Phoenix would trade pretty evenly. Like Phoenix is pretty fucking good. He just hasn't been able to show up in tournaments yet, which I'm sure will happen in the future. But yeah, he's really good. Um, this could go the other way too. I do think Keter is really good and is especially pretty good at playing against Phoenix. But again, I think Hazard and me have a bigger edge over Keta's style than over Phoenix's style, and that's why I'm ranking it this way. And now we have Rebnak. And Rebnak is a wild card because he's obviously an S tier. But where do I put him? Rebnak does pretty like consistently win games against everyone. Okay, against everyone in S tier. Maybe Phoenix is somewhat favored, but I've seen Rebnak win just as much. He beats me, I beat him. He beats Hazard, Hazard beats him. He could go anywhere. He's good in tournaments too. He's good in show matches. Like I'm gonna put him here, but realistically, he could be here. He could be here. He's like I like to say. I think Hazard and me should skill-wise set the edge because we also have the treaty skills, more civs in our repertoire and shit, so I think ranking him here is fair. This could probably go either way, but Ravnak, again, does have the tournament experience, and he's performing on ladder too, so for now, I think this is going to have to be my final take. Um, again, the S tier, you can probably switch a bunch of things however much you want. I think Ravnak's typically performing pretty well against Keta too. Yeah, you could change these spots, and this isn't locked in much. Like, again, I think even I would perfectly suit fine on spot one, but so does Hazard. So, yeah, this is just we're very tight with each other over here. Uh, There's no 5-0s happening over here, I don't think. So, this is going to be my final take on this. And that being said, I hope you really like this tier list, or at least enjoy the process of me figuring out where I want to put these people. Peace out.